Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Raising the New Earth podcast. I am your host, Noah Dory, and today is going to be a solo episode, a 20-minute nugget about Hashimoto thyroiditis. So, for those of you that have had or are dealing with Hashimoto thyroiditis and have been told that this is an autoimmune disease where your body is basically attacking itself, I'm here to break that bubble and um, to help spread some hope and empowerment. Your body is not attacking itself. Your body is never attacking itself. This is a misguided theory that we gotta talk about. So, what it is attacking, though, it is attacking a virus by the name of EBV, Epstein-Barr virus, that most of us at this point have in our system. And that virus is exactly what's creating the symptoms that you're experiencing, whether it's um, uh, a sense of brain fog, excessive fatigue, buzzing in the ear. We're going to talk about all the symptoms that you may be experiencing. So, again, your body is fighting for you, not against you. And what it's fighting against is the unwanted pathogen in your system. So, if you do catch an EBV, it goes through an initial doormat period of just floating around in your bloodstream, doing, little more than slowly replicating itself to build its number. And that pathogen is really waiting for an opportunity to launch a more direct infection. Um, that direct infection can be launched when our nervous system is down, when we experience some sort of trauma. And trauma doesn't have to come from necessarily a negative thing. It can come from a positive thing, such as childbirth, wedding, anything that puts excessive stress on our body can awaken that dormant EBV. So in that first stage, stage one period, it fortifies itself and it's waiting for the ideal opportunity. And that can take weeks, months, or even a decade or longer, depending on different, variety and triggers. So the stage one is the EBV really duplicates itself to fortify itself. The stage two, it shows up as mononucleosis, and that means that it's going into the major organs. The stage three is that EBV, the Epstein-Barr virus, nests into the organs, and that manifests diseases such as lupus, thyroid problems, and more. What happens is that EBV, it produces neurotoxins and dermatoxins, byproduct and viral uh, corpses, uh, and that virus is being fed by certain foods. So we're going to talk about how to deal with it as well. So that's stage three. In stage four, the EBV actually inflames the central nervous system, and that's when we call it mystery illnesses start to develop. So the Hashimoto thyroiditis is people sometimes compare it to hypothyroidism. It is actually a more advanced version of that. Because when you have been going through your life, dealing with different stresses on your immune system, or diet that is less than productive, those are all different triggers that will eventually determine how fast the virus moves from the stage of hyperthyroidism, which is a slight damage and underperformance of the thyroid, to a full-on Hashimoto thyroiditis, which is an inflamed state of a more damaged thyroid. So again, EBV is not just a trigger for people who already dealing with chronic illness or even thyroid condition, as some practitioners believe. A trigger is not the cause, right? This is a mistake that a lot of practitioners are making. The virus is the true cause. So in my clinic, naturally, Noah, I'm a big advocate about finding the true cause, the root cause, and seeing how what seems to be isolated events a really compelled picture of what is really going on within the body, so that these are not isolated diagnoses or isolated events that we're feeling or diseases. They're all together. They work together. And until we pull that weed out once and for all, these repetitive symptoms will just come into surface. So there are some foods that I recommend my clients who suffer from Hashimoto thyroiditis that can really heal the thyroid. Such foods are anything from the cruciferous family: Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, broccoli, especially in its steamed state, is amazing. Arugula, cabbage. These foods have certain compounds in it that literally push the virus out of your system, out of the thyroid, and it destroys it. That's one group of foods. The other is Atlantic sea vegetables, especially dulse and kelp, that contain amounts of iodine, but the iodine acts as an antiseptic for the thyroid. So dulse and kelp really help you protect your thyroid when it's going under this attack from the EBV, from the Epstein-Barr virus. So if you're not used to sea vegetables, just start off really slow. You know, they even sell little salts with that. You can sprinkle a little teaspoon of that on your salad once a week, or if you buy the strips, you can just tear a strip and put it in your salad, or even put it in your soup for dinner. The ones that come from the Maine, from the one that comes from the Maine area, are really the best ones and the quickest ones. Bananas are amazing. I know that a lot of people think potassium when they hear bananas, but there's so much more than that. Bananas help us restore neurotransmitters and support healing from any neurological problems. Cucumbers are amazing. They help strengthen the adrenals that must feel like they're shut by now. And so adrenal fatigue often comes with being diagnosed with Hashimoto thyroiditis. Garlic is amazing. I remember my dad always used to eat garlic, and as a teenager, I used to hate the smell, but as an adult now, I really appreciate the healing properties it has. It acts as an antiviral bomb, literally, that does wonders to eliminate EBV from our system. Garlic is amazing. Raw garlic is best. You can, mince some garlic and put it in your banana, mash banana with garlic, or put it in your avocado, add it to your salad dressing. It's make the guacamole with it. It's really fantastic. It's very powerful. Celery is amazing. It actually strengthens our hydrochloric acid in the intestinal tract, and it has mineral salts in it, and it boosts a T3, which is a hormone in the thyroid. It's something that you can juice or you can eat, part of your adrenal snacks. There are many things you can do with it. You can actually pair it with an apple or pineapple. I prefer a more sweeter flavor. Radishes are amazing. They're known to be antiviral foods because they have a really high and unique sulfur content. So these are amazing for you. And when you do get radishes, try to get the greens as well, because that stem is even more powerful. So just cut it and put it in a salad or a shake. Tomatoes are amazing. We know they contain a variety of vitamin C, but we also know that specific vitamin C in the tomatoes is the one that supports the thyroid like no other kind. So it keeps it balanced. Barley grass juice powder. Barley grass juice extract powder is fantastic. I actually got acquainted to adding that into my shakes when I was diagnosed with Hashimoto thyroiditis. Long story short, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto thyroiditis, looking for answers before I started my journey as a nutritionist and a health coach. I was referred to a celebrity thyroid expert. So several $1,000s later, I realized that all this expert does is really tell me to keep coming and to be on pills for the rest of my life. And that's when I realized this is a no-no. I'm going to seek answers. I don't want to be dependent on any pills for the rest of my life. So I left that expert and I started my own healing journey. And I did completely bounce back from Hashimoto thyroiditis by doing exactly the same protocol that I share with you and I share with my clients. Um, there is something that's worth mentioning, is that the adrenal fatigue that comes with experiencing, this pathogen is real. So if you feel that you can't get out of bed, if you feel this brain fog, if you feel this heaviness, you may want to consider a few supplements that can accelerate your healing. Such supplements include zinc sulfate. Um, drops forms are best. B12 with both coenzymes, methylcobalamin and adenosylcobalamin, are best. Cat's claw, unio de gato, it's really it's an herb that reduces EBV. This is, I call it nature's uh nature's anti best antioxidant and antibacteria fighter. Lemon balm is amazing. It can be taken as tea or tincture. It helps to calm the nerves so that the digestive tract is more receptive to receiving foods. It's also antiparasitic, antiviral, and antibacterial. Another one to think about is eating more frequently. So if you do suffer from adrenal fatigue because of that diagnosis, it is basically a sign of your body telling you that it needs more, it needs attention to the nervous system. And the assistance that we can give our adrenals is really by eating every hour and a half to 2 hours. That will create a lot of support for your adrenals. Eating light, balanced meals every 1.5 to 2 hours before you start feeling lethargic. And this type of diet or protocol will keep your blood sugar steady throughout the day so that your adrenals don't have to interfere. So it actually gives them a chance to rest and repair and restore themselves. Ideally, your adrenal snacks should be combined from some sort of a balanced potassium, sodium, and natural glucose from fruits. So such adrenal snacks may include apple, celery, and dates. That's my to-go-to when I go to the studio. Everyone there knows me. Here's Noah with her little bag of that combo. Orange, avocado, spinach, coconut water, banana, spinach, dates, banana, romaine lettuce is great. Grapes, banana, red leaf lettuce. So try to look for the combination of sodium, potassium, and some sort of fruit. Sweet potato, parsley, and lemon on kale. The sweet potato is the potassium, the parsley is the sodium, and the lemon squeeze on kale is the glucose. All of that, orange, spinach, half an avocado. Again, you see that combination. So these are amazing. Apple, cucumber, cauliflower. Make sure you fuel your brain, because 90% of our brain is made out of glycogen. And if we don't give it what it needs, you will feel that your adrenals are shut. So this is a great way of doing it. I also recommend my clients to avoid certain foods that are actually known to feed the pathogen. And those foods are any dairy, eggs, wheat and gluten, canola oil, corn. If you have to eat corn, make sure you eat it sporadically. Organic corn is best. Soy, at least in the beginning. I now do consume soy, but I make sure it's non-GMO and it's organic so that my body will be able to take it better. But definitely the dairy, the wheat, the gluten, and the eggs. Those are the three, and the pork. Those are the three things that I highly recommend avoiding, especially when you start out. You just want to make sure that your body has a fair chance to fight it, right? And I always say to my clients, whatever you've done so far have got you this far. And if you want to change what you get, you got to change what you do. So in this way, we are creating a protocol of, first, we're starving that EBV from any unwanted food, which is going to be the phase one. And then we bring in new food. So when I work with my clients, I ask them about their menu. And so if they're used to eating eggs for breakfast, we change it up. So we create a protocol with what they like, with their taste buds. So that's a phase one. Phase two is we have to attend to the nervous system. It's almost like the cousin of the immune system. It has to be relaxed, and that's when B12 comes. The lemon balm comes in, even B complex if someone needs it. We attend to that nervous system. At the same time, we attend to the adrenals by having those adrenal snacks. We attend to the liver and the lymphatic system. The adrenals can also be attended by doing breath work. The lymphatic system can be attended by utilizing a rebounder and just jump on the rebounder without actually leaving the surface. Let your toes always touch. And then the food for the adrenal snacks that we talked about. Phase three is when we bring in supplements, because what supplements do, and now some of my clients bring supplements right away. Some of my clients never bring in supplements because they feel so great just by taking out the foods that the EBV thrives off of. But for those that do consider taking supplements, the brand does matter. This is a billion-dollar industry and everyone is there to make money. So you have to make sure that it's super clean and it's done in an ethical way so that you get the potency, full potency of the herb that you're using. So phase three, you bring in the supplements, and what it does, it accelerates your healing. In the phase four, we got to make sure that your detox pathways are clean. So when we use spirulina and when we use barley grass extract juice powder, we actually, and the dolls, we actually have them attach themselves to any heavy metals that we have in our system, and it takes it out responsibly. So these are the three things I use for that. I also make sure that my clients have some kind of a green juice or celery juice with beautiful mineral salts in it to help clean their system even more and bring up the pH levels, the hydrochloric acid we just talked about. Another detox tool that I do in my clinic is having my clients do ionic foot bath, which I find to be fantastic, and infrared sauna for cell rejuvenation. So that's about it. I hope you are taking some notes. But again, just remember, if you've been giving a confusing autoimmune diagnosis about your condition and you have been told that your body is attacking itself, just know that this is not the truth. It is not attacking itself. It's attacking the virus in your body that is called EBV. And nowadays, most practitioners will test for EBV, Epstein-Barr virus. So if you need that to be your determination whether or not you're going to omit the certain foods and you're going to bring in some of the things we talked about, you can go ahead. But most cases, from what I've seen and what my colleagues have seen, 99.9% of the population has EBV in their system. So again, this is not a medical advice. This is just my personal knowledge and the knowledge that I share with my clients. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Raising the New Earth podcast. I hope this has been helpful for you, and we're going to do a lot more of these little bite-sized specific information. So thank you for being with us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.